Hello and welcome to VB 411. I'm your host, Miz Information, the know-it-all in City Hall, here again to bring truth and clarity to misconceptions and rumors. Today's hot topic addresses a homeowner's headache that keeps popping up on Facebook. The question? How can someone tear up a spot on my lawn and just walk away, and without my permission? So let's say you come home to find wooden stakes or those tiny colored flags in the yard, or areas of your grass spray painted orange. Now, eventually, you find out a utility company is dropping cables, or maybe gas lines underground need to be inspected. It all has to do with easements. And I've brought in an expert this week to help us all understand what's going on. Here with the easement answers is Becky Kubin, Deputy City Attorney for the City of Virginia Beach. Becky, welcome, and thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So now, in general, what is an easement, and what does it mean if there's one in front of my house?
An easement is nothing more than the right of a person or company to use the land of someone else's for a particular purpose.
Okay, and could you maybe give us a couple of examples of that?
Sure. So a utility company might have power lines out there or telephone cables above ground on a pole or below ground, or there might be a drainage ditch that has to be cleaned out, something like that.
Okay. And are there any rules for doing that sort of work? For example, does a property owner have to be notified?
Every easement is different, but generally there is no requirement that you notify the property owner ahead of time if you're coming out to use your easement. So they can just show up, but often they will give a courtesy notification in advance that they're going to be doing work in the neighborhood.
Okay. And let's say that a company comes in, does their work, but they leave a mess behind. So what can a resident do when they come home and find out that their property's in disarray?
The easement area should be left in a satisfactory and safe condition when the company is done with it. If that doesn't happen, then they should call the company. But they are not required to leave it in exactly the same condition as it was. The company would have rights to adjust the land as they need to for whatever the work is that they're doing.
Okay, terrific. Now, what about utility boxes and other visible installations that may be left behind? Who exactly is responsible for their upkeep?
The facilities like the boxes and the power lines, all of those belong to the company, and the company is required for their upkeep, and the landowner should not interfere with those. It could be dangerous to do so. But the area itself, the day-to-day maintenance is the responsibility of the property owner to keep it clear of trash and weeds, etc.
How could somebody find out if there was an easement on their property and where they are?
The easiest way is if you have a survey. If you had a survey done when you bought your property, it would show the easements. If it's been a while since you bought your property, you might want to have a new survey done.
Okay, and I think this is my last question. I have heard about Miss Utility. So she might have something to do with all those marker flags that show up. So can you tell me a little bit about her, but more importantly, do I have to worry about any competition?
Well, you both are in the same information business, but Miss Utility is just a service in Virginia that is very important. If a property owner is going to be digging in their yard, they do not want to cut the underground utilities because it can both be dangerous and expensive to do so. So if you call Miss Utility, which in Virginia it's 811, they will send someone out to mark the property, and that would be the flags and the spray paint that you would see on the ground that would show what's underneath the ground.
Amazing. All right. Well, Becky, thank you so much. And I personally would like to thank you for easing the mind of our residents with all these great answers.
Happy to be here.
Now, a question we sometimes hear from our residents is, what should I do when a panhandler asks for money? Well, first, just to be clear, panhandling is not a crime in Virginia Beach. However, there are city codes that prohibit pedestrians from standing in the roadway or on medians. These rules are there as a matter of public safety to keep pedestrians out of the roadways and away from potential harm. If police witness someone in a median or otherwise in the road, they will take action. If you're inclined to help someone you believe is homeless but don't feel comfortable giving directly to an individual, there are many other opportunities for helping those in need. Donating to a reputable nonprofit can give you peace of mind your gift is going to a good cause. For example, donations to VB Home Now, a new foundation that supports programs at the Housing Resource Center and in the community, go directly to helping people obtain housing by assisting with things like rental security deposits or application fees. You can also consider organizing a donation drive or volunteering with an organization that serves the homeless. And you can help spread the word. If you know someone experiencing homelessness or a housing crisis, have them call the Regional Housing Crisis Hotline at 757-227-5932. For more ideas on how you can help, please visit www.vbgov.com/give-to-homeless. And now you're in the know. Thanks for joining us today. And is there a burning question you'd like to have us answer? Well, send an email to mizinfo@vbgov.com and we'll get right on it. See you next time.